What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So Jude has a friend who has a company that has a few commercially used vans. And why did they want to leave Mavis?
Filters, spark plugs, wipers for the Nissan and Ford bag, and the belt and tensioners up front for this Transcan car.
Okay. So we worked on one of their vans and we went over it and we found a bunch of neglected services. And it was quite a bit. Some was maintenance, some was mechanical, and some was the driver's request that, hey, I want new wiper blades and I have a steering wheel shake. But why did they leave Mavis?
Convinced him to bring the car over because he said what they charged him for a spark plug service.
So
an oil change.
they inquired to Jude what it would cost for an oil change and spark plug service for a 4.0 Nissan, whatever. NV2500. Fairly straightforward. Remove the intake. Not a big job, but what was the price that they gave him?
They said it was $800 to do.
Just a tune-up?
Yeah, just a tune-up.
$800 for spark plugs only.
I said, hold on, let me see how long it takes.
So Jude went and looked up the labor time, was 2.8 hours.
So I was like, okay, we'll say 3 hours.
At $150 an hour at Mavis. Go ahead.
And I did the math for here. I was like, yeah, you're not going to.
That's way high. Well, do the math. 150 times 3 hours is what?
450.
450, right? And how much is 6 spark plugs?
Maybe.
$15 a piece?
Yeah, maybe fucking $100.
All right,
maybe.
so that math doesn't add up for 6 spark plugs and 3 hours labor already. So Mavis was way high on that estimate. Not including when we got the vehicle here, the air filter has never been changed. It's matted to death filled. Throttle body was disgusting. None of that was included in that estimate. Then it turned out the tires needed to be rotated. It needed calipers in the front, brakes all the way around, brake pads, not even a full-blown brake job. But anyway, so now they have the second vehicle here, and it needs similar maintenance work at 100K. We pull the air filter, completely clogged. Tires need to be rotated. Front pads were already done. It needs rear pads. The driver asked for new wiper blades, an oil change. So Rachel prepares an estimate. It's very similar to the last van, less it needing calipers and front pads.
It was cheaper too.
It's way less money. It's way less money. So then Rachel comes out to me and says, hey, this guy's asking for us to work with him on the prices. And I'm like, whoa, hold on. Why is that? She's like, well, he wants to now bring all his work here and all that stuff. I was like, hold on. Mavis will not negotiate their labor rate or parts pricing. They'll give them a discount, but they won't negotiate an agreement. That's for sure. So I said, well, I want you to call Mavis first because that's where he was spending his money consistently and they weren't taking care of his cars, hence on why we got him and we found so many issues with them. And I said, first call them, find out what they were charge per hour for labor rate. So Rachel comes back and says it's $150 an hour. I said, well, he's already at $130 an hour here, and he's already has an instant value for labor charges. You can't go to the dealer and get that. You're not going to go to Pep Boys and get it. And we're kind of below the average shop labor rate, and I do that on purpose. Our parts pricing is probably less than theirs as well because I'm very familiar with how Firestone marks up their parts 4 and 6 times, and other shops, have their multipliers. So he already has instant value here at Meineke Cinnaminson, let alone he knows that he's got 30 plus years of masterful, skilled technician, me, race car guy, builder, fabrication, troubleshooter, the whole 9 yards. So you got the total package here for that. And on top of that, you have a friend of Jude, which is his son. They cohabitate.
Well, he's seen the work I've done. Like, he knows the
Right, so he knows Jude's with a race car fabrication kind of guy.
He's seen
We know our
Monte
stuff.
Carlo.
We know how to maintain fleet vehicles that if you want them to last. Jude sends pictures of all the issues to him, so he's right on top of, hey man, this is not right. So there's multiple instant value reasons by doing business with a guy like me and Jude and Rachel in a shop like mine. But then he was asking for more, and I'm like, let's back up on that and show him he's already has instant value versus where he was spending his money already, like instant value. Your cars are going to be fixed. Your cars are going to be maintained. You're going to get reported conditions. You're going to get your car back the same day and done right. And you're getting it lower than the average shop out there already. So that's five positives versus almost the whole area around me. There's no shops building race cars and cutting shit apart like that at Mavis or Pep Boys or Firestone or Tires Plus. You're not seeing that. Even maybe you might get lucky at Midas that somebody might be, that's the slim to no chance. There's nobody building race cars, there's nobody building turbo kits and all that stuff in box store shops like mine. And I could be wrong. Plus the custom and fabrication and wiring and airbags and troubleshooting and scan tools and blah, 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 blah. What they can't get here is an engine or a transmission rebuild because I have enough work here that I don't need to cater to that type of work. Not that I can't do it, I just don't want to do it. My days of doing that are over. So it was just this kind of, I was teaching Rachel how to overcome that. And sometimes it doesn't matter. That person is like, hey, well, I'll just go someplace else. Hey, if you're going to go someplace else, I already know that you're going to pay more. Unless you're getting some scab to do it on the street, or some crackhead for a case of beer or something like that, or a buddy, and you know how that goes. I fixed tons of cars like this all day long in my shop that a buddy did it, or a friend did it, or a street guy did it, or a mobile mechanic did it, or some crackhead did it. You're not getting all that here. But I just wanted to teach Rachel how to overcome, it's kind of an objection, and then it's not kind of an objection. You have to just say, hey, you're already getting a value here based on industry standards. How much more do you want? And then you're here with your second car. And I've been down this road where people promise you the world. And then when I was younger and naive, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll hook you up, I'll take care of you. And then they never come back again. And then when they do come back 5 years later, they say, you remember me? And I go, no. And then when I instantly remember them, yeah, you're full price and I don't care. Or you change someone's oil for the first time and you give them super duper good service. And then they're back again for another oil change with a coupon and then with a bunch of new parts on their car from another shop. Yeah. We don't play that here. So just teaching Rachel, how to handle that situation. Thanks for watching.